Hi everybody, I'm Beth Moore. I'm an independent designer with Couture, and this afternoon I want to do a little bit of I'm gonna finish a project. In the first video with these chickens, what I did is I actually put them, I inked them on a piece of tile and baked them, and then got them ready, and even polyurethane the top of them. So I got them ready for hot plates. But I just really and truly wasn't satisfied with that. And I even put the little pads on the back so that if you want to use them as a hot plate, they're ready to go. But these chickens just kept calling my name and saying, you know, do me something different. So what I did is I decided I would frame them. But I framed them a little bit differently. Now, in this, I used my buffalo plaid, the small buffalo plaid, on the base of the frame, or the inner part, and it's kind of like a little box frame. And where I got these were Walmart, and I've gotten really bad. I'm just like an old troll. I go down the aisles of anything that's got a craft aisle in it to see what they've got. And so I painted it black, and then I distressed it a little bit because I didn't want it to look shiny and new, but I didn't want it to look like I was ready to throw it in the garbage can either. So these are going to be on our shop, and we're going to be selling them. So if in the very near future, we will have a store on our Indigo Pearl Company website with prices and everything, and you can shop online. So the price will be listed there. But that kind of brings you up to where I wanted to start off this other video. Oh, and I want to tell you a little bit about the different setting that we're on. Today, you know, we've been struggling with a roofer. Well, the roof is finished, the leaks are no longer, but we've got a lot of damage in our dining room. But we wanted to go ahead and shoot a video, just kind of experiment and see how the sound was, and see how many cameras we could get in here, and all that kind of good stuff. So we're trying it out, and as we begin to renovate our dining room, you're going to kind of walk along with us, and maybe you'll cry with me and frown with Mark when we hit bumps and knots in the road, but hopefully it'll be a fun journey. But okay, now of course these chickens are not in my shop. This is a retired transfer, so if you do want anything with these chickens on it, it would have to be retail from Indigo Pearl. But today I chose the paste that is a camel color. No, I'm sorry, it's Dune. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the small buffalo plaid, and see, really and truly, it doesn't matter what's in the middle because you're going to cover it up with this. But, and you can see I've used this so much that my ceiling fan can blow it off. But I've already put a little coat of wax on it, and I used a couple of different colors of green, and then the wax that I used was a stained wax, so it kind of made it look a little bit more distressed or a little bit older. I'm gonna say vintage. Okay guys, so the next thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to fuzz a little bit. But like I said, this transfer, I've used it so much and I've cut it down and all that kind of stuff that I don't know that we'll actually have to do much fuzzing at all. Let's see if our paste is in good condition. Yeah, it could use maybe a smidgen of distilled water. Now, if you're new, we do put distilled water in our paste when we stir. Our paste, we want it to be like a yogurt consistency to where it pulls fairly easy. And as you can see, this is in good shape. And this dune is a new color of ours. And we're just going to get on down to the business. And it's so funny that I can't get it out, that everything that I'm doing lately, I'm just crushing on these chickens. And for me to have hated the chickens so much when I was younger, that just amazes me. Alrighty, let me see how we're gonna do this. It'll go from side to side, and then we're gonna match it up. Now, it may have, we're gonna try our best not to get too much over here on each side because it's not quite big enough. And if you didn't want it over there on the sides, you could have put down some tape or some masking tape, but we're going to see what we can do without that. We're just going to be easy and gentle with it. And this project is not, I'm not saying just to be harum-scarum with it, but it's not something that has to be just letter perfect, because it's the farmhouse look, and it's a little bit distressed looking. So I'm trying not to stick my tongue out or hold my mouth just. I'm trying to just hold my mouth right. But sometimes it's a little hard not to stick your tongue out. I know the other day I was watching Shaylin as she was doing something, and that little tongue was just a-working. And like I said, this is not going to be letter perfect, but it's going to be a fun looking design. And I've kind of gone all over the place on this one little part of the design. I'm going to put a little bit more. And the most important thing is that we keep it kind of fresh. The paste. Okay, now let's reveal a little bit. Hopefully we didn't make a big boo-boo mess. Oh, that looks so good. Wow, that really does. And I'm going to have to lay it down there for just a few minutes. And you just see how it kind of just gives it a little bit of pizzazz. And then let me get this washed up. And then dry it off a little bit. Let me see. Y'all have to excuse me just a minute. Oh, I see one. Trying to be in a different room. We don't have access, or I didn't, maybe I should make a checklist or something. But here we go, we're gonna get this cleaned off. And you know, when you do your paste, you just clean it off with your little eraser. And these work wonders. And generally, paste is something that you could actually leave you know, for a little bit longer period of time and it not damage your silk screens. But you don't want to get into that habit because, you know, I have heard people say, well, you know, the one I did the pasting, when I did my paste project, I forgot about it and left it overnight. I'm a little bit wary. I've never left one overnight, but I've heard it does not harm anything because of the fact that the chalk actually just releases from the screen, and it's not anything, no harm, no foul. But now if you leave ink in there, you have ruined and just clogged your screen up. Now I got a little bit of this dune colored paint, but it's okay, because what I'm going to do when I finish is I'll probably pull a little bit more around the edges of the darker green, on the darker green, and make it a little bit darker. Let's see if I can't get this to dry quicker so we can get this finished. What have you guys been doing today? We've been actually just trying to figure out what we're going to do to this room. The table that I'm sitting at, my granddaddy made it, and it's pine boards. I'll have to show it to you guys sometimes. I'm very proud of it, but I'm very sentimental. It probably has no value but to me. But I love antiques, or I love vintage pieces, and we're just going to try to make our dining room into something that we can enjoy having friends and family. Okay, now what I'm doing next is I'm just kind of placing it over the top, and I know I didn't use the dryer or anything, but usually the paste dries fairly quickly. And maybe I'll do it this way. Yeah. Because I want it to go on down in there. And here again, this in the middle, it's not really going to matter because you're going to put your chicken thing right on top of it. But you want to try to line it up the best you can so that what is showing is good. Okay, here we go. Now, we're going to start about, it's a little bit more than halfway down. I know you guys probably cannot see exactly what I'm looking at right here. But I'm going to dab a little paste. And here we go, guys. I'm going to kind of twist as we go. And hope I don't get too much in the twist and turn, twist and turn. Let's see, what have I got to do right there? Yeah. You know, and I still chuckle to myself. I really, as much as I hated the chicken house, how many chicken projects I have created since I have gotten this, and it's almost comical because that was my whole goal in life, was to get away from that chicken house. And I did, and by cracky, when I retired, I decided I would create chicken projects. That's just funny. Okay, let's see if we can save some of our paste, because These jars go a very long way, and if you can put it back in your pot, that's just great. I'm loving this ceiling fan too, because boy howdy, it's keeping me cool. Alrighty. Now I am going to use the heat gun this time to kind of get it all situated. A little bit more. Well, while we give it that extra little minute, I'm going to go ahead and just clean up my workspace. And see, it did kind of lap over just a little bit, and it's not quite the same, but I guarantee you it's going to turn out cute, because some of those old vintage looks, I'm telling you, it looked like that somebody just kind of threw it together, and you know, like the old chicken, not chicken, but flour sacks and all that kind of stuff. I thought those were the neatest things when I was coming along, that you got all that flour in that sack, and then you could just do something with it. I can remember my mother talking about her mother, which my grandmother lived with us quite a while, but I was young and I don't remember that much about her. They say that she was quite the seamstress, and seeing some of the things that she had done in her lifetime, I would agree. And the way she learned to be a seamstress is, my grandmother grew up in a children's home, because way back in the early or late 1800s, they when parents were unable to keep their children at home, they were assigned a children's home, and they would have to, I wonder if this is open. They would live there, and so she actually lived in the Catholic home in Wilkes County in Washington, Georgia, and met my granddaddy there. Nope, that ain't gonna do. Mark, can you bring me something that I can pierce? I need something to open. I can't get the glue out. All right, guys, the surgery was a success. We had to open the Gorilla Glue, which I guess I should have done that before I got on camera. But hey, I'm only human. All right, well, what I did, kind of back up, what I did is I had put the little sticky foam or little pads on this so it could be a hot plate. Now I'm going to turn it into something that you could hang on the wall. I'm still crushing on that as a hot plate, but I wanted to take it to a different level. And so, okay, we're going to put and I tried hot glue on this, but hot glue just does not hold like this old Gorilla Glue does. So I'm going to put us a big swab of that, and I'm going to put it right where the pads were. And then here again, you know that I do not measure anything. I may get in trouble sometimes for not doing that, but we're going to just turn it over and place it. And the cool thing about it is that we can actually move it around a smidgen before it dries. And I like to take it and say, okay, it's about 2 fingers, 2 fingers, 2 fingers, and that's a little bit higher. So let me look at it here. I believe that's good. So we're going to let it sit here for a few minutes. And then when I post the video, I will post a grouping of all three. They won't be hanging on. I haven't put the hangers on the back. Like this one right here. Like I said, it was a Walmart, actually just a board. I could have done either side, but I wanted kind of like a shadow box effect or a box frame effect. So this is kind of what I've come up with. And then of course I've got the red one. I don't know if you can see that one over there, but I will do a grouping for you. And know that if you would like, because Christmas is coming, guys, and we're trying to get ready so that we can help Santa Claus, because Santa Claus and his elves work mighty hard making toys. So we crafters have to work mighty hard to make all the other people their Christmas gifts. So check on our website. We are working right now trying to get it just prime and ready for you guys to do some shopping online. Alrighty, let's see what we got. This one still wants to be a little bit. Alrighty, here's my project. Oh, it's sliding down. I was trying to hold it and there we go. All right, guys, I've had a blast showing you, jumping on here, showing you another way that you can do tiles. You could do anything like seashells. We're going to do some seashells like this. But just keep checking our shops. You know, you can shop online with me for your do-it-yourself projects at Couture. You can shop for retail at Indigo Pearl Company. Just comment in if you would like more information on how to do this. I'll be more than happy to call, or we can chat over Messenger, or however you want to chat. But I've had a blast, and I will see you guys later. Bye now.